Welcome back, Greg and Jess.
Hi.
Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment because we appreciate you and we want to hear from you. Today's little story is going to be about, I forgot again. Which one? Oh, we don't edit very much, but she does, but we're going to try not to edit. How do we afford van life?
Mm-hmm.
So we often see this pop up in the Facebook group, and everybody wants to know how to do it. So we have been full-time in the van. This is van 2, but full-time van living for about 2.5 years now, and we will share how we did it. So first thing we did was save a lot. We were wanting to go into this with no debt, also with 2 years of living expenses saved up preemptively, so that we could figure out how to, well, one, if we liked living in the van, two, how to make money if we did like it and wanted to keep it going. And sure enough, here we are 2.5 years later doing it. We now kind of know what our costs are every month and what we need to survive. So we're thinking roughly about $2,000 a month, so $24,000 a year. So our latest goal has been figure out how to break even so that we can at least keep doing it as long as we want to without losing everything we've worked before to save up.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, what do we do?
What do we do? Like,
What
how
do
we make money on
How
the
do we
road?
make money on the
Yeah.
road?
So there's a lot of different ways to make money on the road. We're actually one of the more non-traditional methods, I would say.
Yeah,
A
we're
lot
not
of
very
people
good
are
at it.
making money doing remote work, or running their own businesses and things like that. It's tough. There's pros and cons to each lifestyle. We actually stop every season, and Greg works at a ski shop in Southern California. So we travel about 6 to 7 months of the year, and then for the rest of the year we are pretty stationary in the San Diego area so that we can stop and make some money.
Yes. So yeah, the ski shop, give or take, we come up a little short still on our $24,000 goal. Actually, going to be quite a bit this year because I decided to quit 2 months early to go to Baja, which we'll have some videos for you soon. But you know, I dabbled in day trading a lot. I don't really have any skills with it. I don't know necessarily the right way to do it, but generally stocks are buy low, sell high, and
Good tips.
definitely if you're going to do it, know that you can lose a bunch of money really quick,
Yeah.
or you can make a bunch of money really quick. So when I first started it, I put $1,000 in, and that 1,000 turned into like $1,600 pretty darn quick, and I was like, wow, this is easy, I'll just do this. But that 1,600 turned back into like 700 even faster than it had jumped up. So needless to say, if you're going to be doing that, you need to probably know a little bit more about what you're doing and keep a close eye on things. But you can make money and lose money. So overall, we've made money with it. So it's been good for us.
Yeah, so what Greg is basically saying is, like, how do you close that gap? And
Yeah.
I would say the key to affording van life is not how much you make, it's how much you spend. So if you don't spend a lot of money, you don't need to make a lot of money. So a lot of people are thinking about it the wrong way. They think, oh, I need all this money, I need to make all this money for van life. But you need to flip that and think, how much money do I spend? Because you have a lot more control over that. And for us, you can dial back how much you drive in order to spend less on gas.
Yeah.
You can dial back how much you go out to eat to spend less on food.
Booze.
You have fixed costs, obviously, like your vehicle insurance and things like that. But you know, when it comes down to it, you could vary anywhere between $1,000 to $2,500 and up per month to live in a van. So the key to affording van life is figuring out how much you're going to spend, and then you can really understand what you can do for work in order to cover that cost. So what Greg's talking about in the ski shop, how we're going to fall short, we could make that work. Like, we could spend less money on the road, we could travel less and do less things, and what he makes at the ski shop would 100% cover us. But we do also like to treat ourselves once in a while. We like to buy good gear and things like that. So for that reason, we end up trying to close that gap using things like day trading and affiliate partnerships and other side hustles. We're always trying to find, because in the end we want to have more independent sources of income, and it would be great if there'd be a time where Greg doesn't have to work at the ski shop for a set amount of time.
Sorry, boss.
We didn't have to come to Southern California if we didn't want to, right? So we're always looking for those side hustles and those side streams of income, always talking about ways to make our money work for us. And investing is one of those things, so it's great that we're learning how to do it and getting a little bit better at it.
Yeah, so you can do it too.
Yeah, so there's a lot of other ideas for people who make money on the road. We can talk about some of our friends if you want to talk about how other people make money on the road.
So how do people make money? We know some folks that are actual influencers.
Yeah,
that make money.
They get paid because they partner with brands.
We know people that are photographers, people that have their own coaching businesses.
Yep, we know some people that are like accountants that will do work like accounting and things like that is pretty easily done remote. So we know a couple of people that do that. We know a couple virtual assistants, so people who are like an executive assistant that it works for a fully remote company. Everybody in the company is remote.
You know, people that work remote for companies just that are normal remote jobs. I will say with that, you know, we haven't necessarily looked at that path too much yet, just because remote work does require internet, and until Elon Musk, shout out, get that Starlink going, or I think that's what it's called.
Yeah.
But once that's fired up and going good, I think it's going to change the game for remote work, because I'm just imagining us be able to sit in the middle of national forest in the middle of Idaho and have perfectly good internet to be able to work. You know, it might encourage us more to do it, but how it's set up now, you need to be near a city, kind of. I think, you know, reliable internet, and you know, it works for some people, but we prefer to not be pinned down. And yes, we have a trade-off. We get stuck in San Diego half the year.
Such a bad place to be stuck.
but then the other half, we don't have to worry about anything. So I think there's trade-offs. And she actually has an interview today for a remote job, so that may change things up. You know, we're always looking for opportunities and what works for us and keeps this lifestyle and adventure going.
Yeah, but keep in mind that not all remote work is the same too, right? Like if your remote job is it's very demanding for Zoom meetings and things like that, you do need really good quality internet for that if you're on live calls and things like that. If your remote work is pretty independent of the internet, like the accounting job, you know, you can balance books and things offline or with low quality internet and then have client calls when you have good internet and your schedule is somewhat self-defined, then that's kind of the middle ground, right? So it does vary, and there's a big spectrum between like where we're at, which is fully seasonal, and then, you know, fully free the rest of the year versus being completely tied down to internet in a city. So just know there's a lot of options out there.
Anything else you want to talk about?
Nope.
Wow, that was another video.
Yeah.
Hope you're enjoying these.
So that's how we afford van life.
That's how we afford van life.
If you guys have more questions about how we make money, we actually are pretty passionate about our finances and how we manage our finances, because financial freedom is the key to having freedom in a lifestyle like this. So we do like to share that. So if you have any questions about how we do that, then we're happy to help.
Yes. Also, we had a lot of debt coming out of college. We had over $50,000 in debt between the two of us. We were able to get that paid off and get debt free, and here we are, as everybody thinks, and I agree mostly, living the dream. So it's doable, but you know, there's different ways to go about it. So we encourage you, and we want to help out if we can. So let us know what you want to see, and if you have any questions.
Yeah, thanks for watching.